What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to take a look at another team that I've been running in the Holiday Cup, and that is going to be Alolan Graveler, Shadow Venusaur there, and Mandibuzz. Now, Shadow Venusaur I haven't brought out into the Great League or Go Battle League just yet, as I TM'd it from the last event, able to get rid of frustration, so I'm excited to see how this thing performs. You guys saw from yesterday's video how good Alolan Graveler is, and I'm sure a lot of you have used it yourselves. It's absolutely fantastic. And Venusaur and Mandibuzz have great coverages on this meta. So let me know what you guys think about this team and these battles. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, getting into the first battle here, we have Alolan Graveler versus Jellicent on the lead. All three of our Pokemon do incredibly well against Jellicent, so they really have no play there. And we also see them swap into Ninetales, so this is actually very favorable for me, as I have counters in the back, right? Mandibuzz and Venusaur for Jellicent. And Alolan Graveler is my best option here against the Alolan Ninetales because of the Rock Blast super effective damage. And since we're a little bit ahead on energy, we're actually going to do very well in this matchup, and all I need to do is keep throwing Rock Blast. We will be able to win this mid game right here. So we go ahead and throw another one. We get 2 shields, which is beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and shield the next one as well. I'm going to look to overcharge just a bit if I can. I think I might be able to get 2 more fast moves. Well, actually, no, I decided to click right there. I should have gone for 1 more Volt Switch, but hey, we're going to be able to take it out anyway, so that is perfectly fine with me. Now, if Jellicent comes back in, obviously something in the back is weak to Alolan Graveler, so I may need to be careful and keep it alive. So we're just going to go ahead and throw a Rock Blast right here. Then I believe I did these battles yesterday. I believe I swap into Mandibuzz right here. So yeah, I try to swap into the Mandibuzz before they throw the Bubble Beam, as it will be doing super effective damage, but I am worried there might be a Talonflame in the back, so I'm going to go ahead and swap. Actually, I misclicked right there and go into Venusaur, which is fine. If I would have gone into Mandibuzz, I think it would have been okay anyways, but thankfully, we do get to the Frenzy Plant in time, take out the Jellicent. There's actually a Lapras in the back, so that's going to be a good game. We had very strong counters for the whole team. Alright, moving to the next one, we got Graveler versus Dragonite on the lead. Shadow Dragonite at that. So obviously a fantastic lead for us. Now they do decide to swap into Zangoose, so I'm going to go ahead and load up on a bit of energy and then swap into Mandibuzz. Now Zangooses typically have Night Slash and Close Combat. Close Combat here is going to be doing quite a bit of neutral damage to Mandibuzz, but I can survive one. As you guys are going to see, doesn't do too much damage right there, and they're going to go ahead and throw a second. So this is going to be, first of all, dramatically lowering their defenses, so 1 foul play will take them out, and I can use this opportunity to really load up on energy and have a foul play loaded for the Dragonite that's likely going to be coming back in. That way I can get those shields back. So we do take out the Zangoose right there. We're going to be seeing that Dragonite most likely coming back in. So things are looking okay, as I think I can get to 2 foul plays. I could have tried to farm a bit more on Zangoose, which might have been the better play right there, but that's alright. We're going to go ahead and throw the foul play. That does so much damage. They now have to respect the damage right here. We're going to go ahead and throw another one. This should be getting the shield. Now, because my Alolan Graveler already had a bit of energy, it doesn't have enough for a Rock Blast, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and give up a shield right here, as I don't want to get hit with a potential Outrage, but this is probably just going to be a Dragon Claw. So I will shield. It's going to hurt, but thankfully I have a lot of energy as well, and they do have a Lapras in the back. Another Lapras, so we are looking very strong. We're obviously just going to go ahead and go for Rock Blast right here. We're just trying to force those shields, and then we'll go into the Venusaur to close the game out. So no shield right there, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and go for another one, and then we're going to look to swap into the Venusaur right here, as they're going to have to throw energy in order to take out Venusaur. And if they do, but we do get to the Frenzy Plant in time, if they did, they wouldn't really have enough energy to take out the Graveler as well. So Frenzy Plant does take out the Lapras, and then Dragonite should go down to Vine Whips right here, and that is going to be a good game, very well played to my opponent. Again, Venusaur in the back is covering a lot of stuff. All right, moving to the next one, we got Graveler versus Venusaur on the lead. So a tough lead right here for us. So what I'm going to look to do is try to catch the charge move here on Mandibuzz. But they didn't throw, but they actually now decide to throw, which is fine. It's going to be a Sludge Bomb. That means some of their energy is wasted, as it only does a little bit of neutral damage right here, and Mandibuzz is sitting very, very nice. Now they decide to swap into Wigglytuff. So I'm not sure what could be in the back, but right here we're just going to try to soften up the Wigglytuff as much as we can, and then we're going to have to come in with Venusaur in order to take it out, right? Alolan Graveler would get absolutely shredded, but Venusaur is going to be resisting those charms, and we got to 2 Aerial Aces, which is perfect. This is now within range for us to farm down with Vine Whip. We will have to shield the Ice Beam, obviously, but at least if they come in with a Venusaur mirror match, we're going to be so far ahead on energy because we are farming down. So again, we're just going to go ahead and shield right here, stop that Ice Beam. Obviously, that would have taken us out, and we will farm down and have a ton of loaded energy. This is very, very good for us. So let's see what is going to be in the back. It's actually going to be a Talonflame, which is relatively tough, but thankfully we will be getting shields here with Sludge Bomb, and if they decide to no shield, then it's going to do a ton of damage. We're going to go ahead and go for another one right here. All of our health is absolutely shredded right now because of Incinerates. But we do get 2 Sludge Bombs off, and we land the second one, so we're going to go ahead and come in with the Alolan Graveler, and they decide to swap out and go into Venusaur right here. So our only play, because we had the energy from trying to catch the charge move at the start of the game, is go for Rock Blast to get the shield, which we do, and go straight for a Stone Edge right here to take it out. Now, hopefully this does enough neutral damage, which it doesn't! Oh my gosh, Venusaur hangs on with 1 HP in a dream. We have to shield right here. Obviously, Frenzy Plant would take us out, and hopefully we can get a Volt Switch in to take out the Talonflame, and my opponent, I believe, did overclick right there. I think they had enough energy for Incinerate. So good game to my opponent, but that overclick really got them. Alright, so we got Frostlass now on the lead. Very strong lead for us. Frostlass does well against our backline, and I believe my opponent got a glitch there where their fast moves were delayed. So I am actually ahead on energy, which is unfortunate, and I have no control over that as this is what happens in the game, but we're going to go ahead and just play it out. So apologies to my opponent that they did get that fast move delay, but like I said, I can't do anything about it. We are in the middle of the battle. So we're just going to go ahead and keep throwing Rock Blast right here. I really want to take out this Frostlass as it obviously can do well against my backline. So if we land the next one, which we do, we're looking pretty good. Now, let's see what is going to be in the back. It's actually going to be a Stunfisk. So this is going to be kind of difficult. I'm going to go ahead and go for a Rock Blast just because I want to chip some health. But what I'm going to try to do is catch the Mud Bomb here on Mandibuzz. So I'm going to go ahead and switch, trying to time the catch, but I didn't get it. Now, sure, I will sacrifice my Mandibuzz here, but I don't know what they have in the back, so we'll have to see. Discharge obviously does super effective damage, but they have a Talonflame in the back. They decided to swap into it, which is beautiful, as me saving my Alolan Graveler makes them, they're forced now to bring in Talonflame because they obviously don't want to keep that thing alive in the back when I have an Alolan Graveler in the back. So this is looking perfect for us, as foul plays are going to be chunking the health of Talonflame. I do not care what charge move they throw. I'm going to be perfectly fine. I'm going to save that shield for Venusaur, which has a very strong matchup against the Pancake. Now, Brave Bird booms me right there. Boom! Takes me out. We're going to come in with the Alolan Graveler and farm down, which is perfect. We're going to go ahead and now swap right away into Venusaur and just look to get off 2 Frenzy Plants. As Mud Bomb here is going to be doing neutral damage to us, but thankfully it's not going to be enough to one-shot. So we're just going to go ahead and gauge the damage, and it's about 33%, which is fine. So we're just going to go ahead, throw the Frenzy Plant, and then it's just going to be a race to the next charge move. They're going to have to get off 2 Mud Bombs in order to take me out. 1 to get the shield, and 1 to actually take me out. So I think we're looking okay, considering they did dump some energy into the Mandibuzz. So now we are just going to race, but they got to the 3rd one in time. Come on, Venusaur. Hang on, buddy. Hang in there. Yeah, Venusaur's fine. He's fine. He's able to get to the Frenzy Plant, so that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. So by swapping into Mandibuzz, into that technically losing matchup, it drew out the Talonflame that I was able to farm down with Alolan Graveler. Good game. All right, moving to the next one. We got Lantern now on the lead. If this is Water Gun, it's troublesome, but it is going to be Spark right here, which is fine. We're just going to actually go ahead and go straight for Stone Edge right here, as most Lanterns, well, they can survive the Stone Edge and Rock Blast, so they're probably just not going to shield. And landing this Stone Edge is huge for us in this matchup, as now we can fully commit to the farm down. We're going to go ahead and shield the potential Hydro Pump as well, obviously would one-shot the Alolan Graveler right here, and it was the Hydro Pump. That is a beautiful shield right there, and we do see them swap into Wigglytuff, so we're going to go ahead and throw the Rock Blast here just for some chip damage, and then we're going to come in straight with Venusaur. Now, Venusaur as well, I can overload a bit on energy and then try to force them to shield if they want to keep the Wigglytuff alive to apply pressure with an Ice Beam charge move, right? So we're just going to go ahead and throw this Frenzy Plant right away. They decide to shield, which is perfectly fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and just farm down. I will give up my shield in order to maintain positive switch advantage, but we'll have to see what is going to be in the back, as Venusaur with a lot of loaded energy is very deadly. Now, I'm going to assume... I don't know what's going to come in, but I'm going to go ahead and throw Sludge Bomb either way. If it is the Lantern, I don't know if I can farm down in time because I'm not sure how much energy they have, and I threw the Sludge Bomb right away because if they brought in something like a Talonflame, it would do neutral damage anyways. So we take out the Lantern, and then we go ahead and see it's actually a Alolan Ninetales. So we're just going to go ahead and throw the Frenzy Plant right here. They're going to shield, right? There's no reason why they wouldn't shield. We're going to swap back into the Graveler right here to go for this Rock Blast, as this is a Charm Alolan Ninetales. So things are looking okay. Even though this Alolan Ninetales is getting energy from farming us down, that Rock Blast did enough super effective damage where Mandibuzz can survive a Weather Ball right here and a couple Charms in order to get to the Aerial Ace in time, as Mandibuzz is very bulky. So thankfully this is in fact a Charm Alolan Ninetales, so it doesn't gain energy very quickly. We are going to be hit here with the Weather Ball, but that's okay. It doesn't do too much damage. We can get to the Aerial Ace in time thanks to Snarl as the fast move, which does do quite well at gaining energy. So we're going to go ahead and take out the Alolan Ninetales, and that is going to be a good game, very well played to my opponent. All right. Moving next one, we got Graveler versus Altaria. Graveler is just catching so many flyers out there. It's fantastic. We also see a swap into Alolan Sandslash. Now, Alolan Sandslash right here beats my whole backline. Similar to a previous matchup where we saw Jellicent and then they swapped in Alolan Ninetales, we're going to have to take care of this thing with Alolan Graveler. And thankfully, it is taking neutral damage here from Rock-type moves, which is great. So we're just going to go ahead and throw Rock Blast all day long. Put pressure on those shields as Volt Switch as well is really starting to add up. We're going to go ahead and double shield as well. We should be able to outpace them in terms of the energy and damage. So we're just going to go ahead and throw another Rock Blast. Now I tried to swap into Mandibuzz right there because I thought they might be throwing Bulldoze. So I'm going to go ahead and shield again. Thankfully it was a Bulldoze, which is beautiful. I'm going to go ahead, load up a little bit on energy, and I'll throw a Rock Blast right now just before they get to an Ice Punch. So this is going to be taking out the Alolan Sandslash. We maintain positive switch advantage and took out maybe their hardest counter to my backline. Now we do see a Obstagoon come in, so we're going to go ahead and save that Rock Blast there on Alolan Graveler and swap into Mandibuzz, which is a nice neutral matchup to both Obstagoon and Altaria. Plus, they might swap in the Altaria right here, which is beautiful because that's going to free up my Venusaur to close out endgame very well versus the Obstagoon. So we're just going to throw these foul plays right here. And again, remember, we still have a Rock Blast loaded on our Alolan Graveler. So the second that my Mandibuzz goes down, I'm going to come in with that and just throw it right away, as Altaria is going to have to throw its charge moves in order to take us out. Otherwise, I'm going to get to another foul play in time. Now, this is most likely going to be a Moonblast here for super effective damage, which it is. I get boomed. Boom! But that is okay. Again, we have that Rock Blast loaded that we saved on the Alolan Graveler. So we're going to go ahead and come in with that, throw the Rock Blast right away in order to take out the Altaria, and then we're going to swap as fast as we can into Venusaur to 1v1 the Obstagoon in the back, and a Frenzy Plant will be enough to take it out. So that is going to be a good game, very well played to my opponent. All right, moving to the next one, we got Lapras now on the lead, so this is a very positive lead right here. We'll have to see what they decide to do, but they're deciding to stay in, and now they swap into Vigoroth. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Stone Edge right here. This is going to do a lot of damage, and I'm hoping that we actually do get a shield, but it lands, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Mandibuzz now, and this is a beautiful health range for Mandibuzz to farm down with Snarl alone, which means I'm going to have a lot of energy for that Lapras, which is most likely going to be coming back in to this matchup. But again, having Venusaur and Alolan Graveler means Lapras really doesn't have anywhere to go, and its only place to go is going to be Mandibuzz right here, which is already going to be massively loaded on energy so that I can just spam charge moves all day long. So we're going to let these Body Slams go through. I need to save those shields for Alolan Graveler and Venusaur to sweep, but Mandibuzz is at 100 energy now. So we're just going to go ahead and let these foul plays rip. Now, because Lapras decided to stay in against the Alolan Graveler, its health is already lowered quite a bit. So we are going to start applying pressure now to shields, which is a beautiful setup for Venusaur and Alolan Graveler to sweep endgame. We're going to swap as well back into Alolan Graveler to really force their hand. Now, I will have to shield this Surf right here, but I want to save Mandibuzz just in case I need it in the back, and it's actually going to be a Frostlass in the back, which is going to be interesting, as we're going to have to be very careful, because with only one shield left, this Frostlass will be able to take us out. So we're going to go ahead and just throw Rock Blast. Hopefully, we can get to another one in time. Yes, we can. This is beautiful. The Frostlass now is trying to commit to the hard farm down, but thankfully, we were able to get the final shield here from it as they threw the charge move, which is beautiful. My only play right now, which I'm going to try to do, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to go into Venusaur, and I'm going to try to catch the charge move on Mandibuzz. So we're going to go ahead and come in with Venusaur, load up on energy, and then I'm going to swap into Frostlass, or swap into Mandibuzz, hoping to catch the charge move, but they decided to commit to the farm down, which is a risky play for them, as I am able to get to the foul play in time. So kind of a backwards victory right there, but hey, we'll take it. Lapras is going to go ahead and take us out, but Venusaur right here is going to be able to get to the Frenzy Plant in time, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. So got kind of sketchy there at the end, but thankfully Mandibuzz had enough health left in order to close that game out. All right, moving to the next one, we got Skarmory now on the lead. Alolan Graveler just catching flyers all day long. They're deciding to stay in as well, which is beautiful for me. They swap into Wigglytuff, so we're going to do what we've done before when we see a Wigglytuff swap in. We go for the Rock Blast, and then we're going to go into the Venusaur right here. Again, applying pressure, able to commit to the farm down like you guys know, but also apply a lot of pressure with Frenzy Plant. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Frenzy Plant right here. This is just going to take out the Wigglytuff. If they decide to shield, then things are looking pretty good. So they decide to shield, which is fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and just throw the next Frenzy Plant right away. I want to get 2 shields out of there because I know I can farm them down with Vine Whip before they can take me out with Charm. So they let it go, which is beautiful. Skarmory now is going to farm us down, but hey, we got a shield. Now they decided to come in with Galvantula, and I'm like, oh, I should have just thrown the Frenzy Plant for the extra damage, but that's all right. We're going to go ahead and let this go through. We're going to come in with Alolan Graveler right now, as obviously Mandibuzz doesn't do too well against Galvantula, but it can do all right versus Skarmory. Now, we're also just going to throw the Rock Blast right away, as this will do super effective damage to them, and if they don't know how much damage this does, they're going to be very surprised, and boom, they are taken out. And now Skarmory, this is a good game. We can just go for double Rock Blast right here, and we can safely double shield as well. So I should have, on my Venusaur, just gone for the Frenzy Plant right away just to do as much damage as I could. But thankfully, they didn't come in with Skarmory to farm me down. Even if they did, I would have brought in Alolan Graveler, and we would have been looking okay anyways. So we're just going to go ahead and throw one more Rock Blast, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. But Alolan Graveler, once again, day 2, putting in a ton of work for me. Venusaur as well, doing incredibly strong. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I believe, yeah, that was my final battle. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.